when Brad Pitt tells the Karen to eat a bag of dicks,
Yeah.
which is what everybody wants to tell a Karen anywhere, just to go, eat a bag of dicks, eat a bag of dicks, lady. That theater got a bigger applause and laughter than any joke in Thor: Love and Thunder, and it got a bigger applause and laughter than Captain Marvel and Doctor Strange.
God damn it! See, I saw it at a screener, so like it wasn't filled. It was just a bunch of press, so I didn't get that reaction. That's awesome.
Pizza time. Pizza time. Pizza time. You're late.
There was 2 movies that came out this week, one on streaming and one out in the theaters. First one we're going to talk about is Bullet Train. Ed saw it a few weeks back. I don't know how he feels about it. He only texted me saying, I was surprised. I don't know if that's like good surprise or bad surprise, but I'm going to take it as more of a good thing because Ed saying he was surprised typically doesn't mean I was surprised how bad it was. Like,
right.
Yeah. So
typically,
I saw it last night. So you want to go first?
Yeah. Okay. I'll take it first.
You go first.
Right.
I'll go
Bullet
first.
Train review. Okay. All right. Bullet Train review. Here we go. So, okay. So what I texted Alex, if I remember correctly, was I saw it at a screening, and what I texted you right after was, that I've never had a bigger 180 in a film, something like that, to that effect. If you remember what I said, that's what I texted you.
Yes, that's something similar. Yeah, yes, I remember.
I had never had a bigger 180 in a film before.
Yes,
and that I was surprised. And so, what I have to say about Bullet Train is, I ended up loving the film, but the beginning is very rough. Like I basically did not love the first half of the film. I was basically wanting I was basically wanting out. Maybe like just before the half, I'll say. Somewhere around that area. I wasn't loving the film. I was done. I was almost like, this could end now, it'd be fine. But when they start to get to the end, they start to reach was it Kyoto? Yeah, they were going to Kyoto. When they start to reach the end and they start doing all the what I like to call the David Leitch, the director, his Tarantino impression, his mimicking of Tarantino in the first half of the film, and it starts to just become a David Leitch film with the action and the story just going bonkers. I started loving it. And then when Michael Shannon arrived, I went nuts. Yeah. I loved the movie in its last half. I seriously did. I was like, I want a sequel. Have all these people at the end of this film do exactly what they were doing at the end of this film. I'm good. The jokes were landing.
Yeah.
The story came into play finally, like the bigger story. The end sequence with the train, spoiler alert, like derails. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. Really cool. And like when the characters started interacting with each other, when they knew who they were, I thought was just great. But the first half of that film is not good. It sucks. It's a bad Tarantino mimicking ripoff. Some people were saying it's like very Guy Ritchie, which I would also agree with.
I would agree with that one. Yes.
So, yeah. Right. So like
I was going to say that if you didn't say that, I was going to say it's David.
Very Guy Ritchie. Yeah. I think it's both because like it's trying to have a style, and it spends a lot of time with its characters who have a lot of background, and they do the Tarantino thing where they have a conversation that's kind of mundane in the middle of a very serious situation and trying to make them interesting. But I just didn't find them that interesting. Like it was him definitely, and then you have all these like flashbacks. It just takes so long. There's so much. And it takes so long to get anywhere. Yeah. It was so self-serving. Like I just didn't care. It's like, Leitch, what are you doing? Like, come on, man, let's get to like the stuff you're good at. Because this stuff is not that interesting. And then you have Bad Baby or what? Well, Bad Bunny again. Sorry,
easy.
Bad Bunny. I know. I'm sorry.
El Nacho Libre himself.
It was bad. By the way, he wasn't bad. I actually really liked it. I thought he was great. But again, it was just so convoluted. It was trying to do so much. But then once the halfway point reached, it got into a stride, and I really enjoyed the film. So, as I said before, if your last half of your film's good, I'll forgive it, and I actually will. I think I would watch it again, and I'll give you the sequel. But so this is one of those rare moments. It's one of those rare moments for me, where the last half of the film was so good, and I was like, well, I liked it. I gotta say, I liked it for that last half, and I would want a sequel. So there you go. Now, That's my take.
Yeah.
What is your take on the film? I'm curious.
I also loved it. I thought it was
okay. Cool. Oh, good.
Blockbuster film. It's pretty much the perfect ending to summer. Basically, listen, summer is essentially over. There's the Idris Elba film Beast, but that's not going to break any records. This is it. I loved it. I had a blast.
The whole way through.
I think I did have a blast the whole way through. Right. I didn't mind the dialogue in the beginning and trying to make the characters fun because I did like the Thomas the Train stuff.
The Thomas the Train bit was probably the best bit that they carried through, which was fun.
I love Aaron Taylor Johnson, and I wish he got cast in more things because I think he's
great,
fantastic actor, and I think he really does help carry this movie along with Brad Pitt's and his like bad luck, his self-deprecating kind of humor. I thought it all worked. I'm not gonna say amazingly well, but it all worked well, and it all. The movie it's 2 hours, but I never felt bogged down. So I do disagree. I understand your point about it being Quentin Tarantino-esque. I do. Or his attempt to be Quentin Tarantino-esque. But for me, I just got this and I automatically got Guy Ritchie vibes. And I was like, this is his Guy Ritchie film. That's how I looked at it. Yeah. And again, in typical Guy Ritchie films, like The Gentleman, all these side characters try to start, feeling better. Like The Gentleman takes place during one night. It's a conversation that you see a bunch of flashbacks to.
I love The Gentleman.
I love The Gentleman.
The Gentleman's great.
And this movie reminded me of that, and I had a really, really fun time with it. The action was great. When Hiro comes in and Koji, I think it's Koji. He comes in.
The guy from Warrior, right?
Yeah, the Warrior, man.
Yeah.
That dude is fucking cool.
Koji something.
Yeah, it's like Koji something. I was like, man, that's really cool. I really love that. I had no idea Logan Lerman was the son.
Logan Lerman?
The son that gets killed?
Wait, hold up. That's Logan Lerman?
That's Logan Lerman, or Learman, yeah. Whatever his name is.
What?
Yeah, dude. Andrew Koji is his name.
Whoa, that was Logan Lerman?
Yeah.
I did not see Logan Lerman in that guy.
Yeah, that was Logan Lerman. But anyway,
holy shit! I didn't know that, bro.
Some highlights, like you mentioned in the second half, Zazie Beetz' character. Oh my god, the way she's
hilarious.
She's saying "bitch" after every sentence is fucking hilarious. I loved that. I loved. When Aaron Taylor Johnson bites the bullet, I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
Fucking dumbass Brad Pitt, but of course you're still dumb enough. Hiro, his scene was amazing.
Hiroyuki Sanada. Yeah. That his scene when he's going slow motion and fighting with his sword.
Yeah.
Fucking probably one of his best scenes I've ever seen him do. He's just so freaking badass, dude.
So powerful cutting through the
He's so dope.
Dude,
Hiroyuki Sanada is one of the coolest fucking actors working today. So cool. I had a smile on my face anytime Aaron Taylor Johnson and I think it's Brian Tyree Henry. Brian Tyree Henry, also
Tangerine
phenomenal.
Lemon and Tangerine, anytime they had conversations, I thought, I do disagree with you. I was like, I really enjoy that. And then when Brad Pitt had his, whole fight with Aaron Taylor Johnson, that was a great fight. But then they go out and they show the briefcase and Brad Pitt does his terrible English accent. That was so fucking, I was dying the whole time. I was like, I have a smile on my face. This is a fun popcorn movie. I don't mind the dialogue. I had fun. I really disagree with you that first half. I did not. Go ahead.
The question I had for you is regarding that then. You don't feel like these were kind of two separate movies, tonally speaking? Then?
I don't.
Really? Wow. Because I did.
It all congealed pretty well. Again, maybe you need to watch it again.
I might need to watch it again.
I definitely need to watch it again.
I was thinking about doing it, but I just got busy. I will go watch it again because I did like it. So
I just enjoyed it. And again, like to me, I think the difference that we see in it is you go Tarantino-esque.
Yeah.
I'm going Guy Ritchie-esque.
So
for me, the dialogue works.
But even then, I still think that it wasn't. I still didn't think it did a good Guy Ritchie though. Like I love Guy Ritchie,
and I think it did a great Guy.
Really?
Yeah.
I wasn't like. So when they were having their side conversations when they went to their what do you call it? When they went to that to their flashback where they were like looking at the camera and like, I got 1 kill, you got another kill, and then like the whole Bad Bunny thing. I was looking at my watch at that point because I was just like, I didn't understand sort of where it was. Maybe it was the narrative that was the issue. I just didn't really get, and I just felt like we were just spending time with David Leitch trying to prove that he could do this kind of stuff, and I was just like, okay, I wasn't laughing. I just wasn't finding them interesting. The Thomas the Train Engine thing was probably the best bit for sure, but that was because it actually showed him like who his character was, right? It showed about a bit about who he was, and I thought that was really cool. I thought that was funny, and it followed through, which is good. But like all the backstory stuff, I was like, I just don't need this. And then the fact that we're just on one location for like an hour, it's just like, oh, I don't know. For me, I think the story just wasn't interesting to me until to the middle point where like they start to understand what's happening. Then you get to see the bits where like, oh, like we're just kind of coworkers, and like none of this is really like personal. I you're cool, but I gotta kill you, I guess. Like I don't, because as of right now I don't really know what's happening. But I do have to kill you. You're trying to kill me, so I gotta kill you. And the prince plays in.
You kind of feels like, I guess it all feels.
I wanted like more from the first half, but I mean, I don't necessarily think inherently that the style was bad. I just don't think it had a foundation for me to latch on. I think you're right though. I think maybe I just have to watch it again based off of like where it went.
I'm not going to stand on a hill and die for.
Oh no,
like,
of course not.
I'm not saying like, it was the most exceptionally well written moments, but I am saying that
you were entertained.
That are there work enough for me to ignore. I get your point. Like, where are we going? Why is this guy dead? Wait a minute. Like,
I just think it took long. I just think it took too long to get to there. But no, but I can equally see someone enjoying those moments, because I don't think it's not like those moments in isolation were bad or even badly done. Like the Bad Bunny flashback scene, I think in and of itself was like a pretty cool, interesting backstory. Like if you just took that as a snippet and put that online, I'd be like, what the fuck's happening here? Like that's pretty interesting. I like, again, like them throwing up just so profusely reminded me so much of Hateful Eight, and like that's like very Quentin Tarantino. I was like, okay, that's interesting.
Tarantino. Yeah, you're right.
But I just, again, I think Quentin just has a better, when you go to those flashback scenes, you're like interested. They actually have a play. Here, I just felt like he was doing his best impression. I just don't know how well it really fit.
Right.
Particularly because Bad Bunny dies like right after. But I'll rewatch it and see if it gets better. If I find it more tolerable for me, I actually might, because I actually ended up liking it. So we'll see.
Apparently, that was enough acting from Bad Bunny to convince Sony to
exactly. El Muerto, or was it El Muerto?
Yeah,
El Muerto.
The death.
I was like, he's cool. Yeah,
cool. Sure,
I buy him.
Charismatic as a Spider-Man villain. Sure, I don't fucking know why. Put Morbius in there. Give me Matt Smith dancing. Again, I don't care. I don't fucking care. Anyway.
That totally would work more for this movie. I'll say that.
I thought the cameos were hilarious.
Oh my god, the Channing Tatum. Okay, I cared more for the Channing Tatum cameo than I did for the Ryan Reynolds one, but they're fun. They're fun. The Channing Tatum was funny. That one was funny.
Very funny. And again,
are we so sex stuff? What are we doing? The sex stuff?
I just so I really enjoyed Aaron Taylor Johnson.
He's great.
Brad Pitt and Brian Tyree Henry.
Yeah.
The final scene when he's flying through the train as it derails. Oh. That was really well done.
I agree. That's the part I was talking about.
Money, yeah.
That was some beautiful VFX. Mm-hmm. Great VFX work, and really exciting part of the movie. I agree with you. It was so good. It was so good.
Yeah, and then
I was like, "What?" By that point in the movie, I was all smart, because one part I was just could not stop smiling. I was like, "Am I really fucking liking this movie right now? Did I really just completely turn my about face on this movie?" And then second, I was like, "Yeah, dude, you got Michael Shannon fucking speaking Russian and Japanese and killing it as a villain. Like he plays fairly straightforward, and he finds a great balance between like a classic villain, one note villain, and like fitting in this like really silly situation that this movie is in. I just thought he's just one of the greatest actors we have working today. He's just awesome.
Absolutely agree. You almost
awesome.
You know, kind of back in your mind that, oh, obviously the bad guy is the one that set this all up. But then
Obviously,
when you hear the reveal of it and how he did it, you're just like, fuck, that actually works, doesn't it? Because this person
smart.
did this and this person did this, and it's all just a chain of events and fate. I'm trying to, you know, I'm making fate pay. I don't know, but yeah, it's great.
And the Brad Pitt stuff in terms of fate, like all that all started to play better to me in the second half of the film. You get that in the first half, but it plays more like gimmick, right? Because they don't do too much because there's so much backstory that needs to be told. So for me, that's where I feel like it was just, I think the movie was just a little bit held back by just how much freaking backstory that had to be done that could have possibly been okay. Maybe in some conversations and not so much being like, again, to me, it felt a little indulgent. I was kind of seeing like Leitch going like, I'm going to do this and I'm going to make it fun. Like I was just kind of seeing it that I wasn't really in the movie. I was like seeing him do it. So that's how I felt about it.
I can see that. I can 100% see it.
Right. But do you agree? Like by the second half, like that's all gone, right? By the second half, it's like, oh, this is a David Leitch movie.
Yeah,
now I see the David Leitch movie. Cool.
With like good action scenes, it's moving around. It's really fast paced. I thought the movie was really well paced, especially in the second half. Like you're going.
You're just going.
Yeah.
It really finds a good stride at the second half of the movie.
Yeah, you have that like little moment of levity and brief talk when Hero and Brad Pitt have a conversation. Like it's like Brad Pitt's like such pessimism with Hero. And his like,
I don't want to hear this right
optimism. now. I don't really want to hear this story.
Yeah, and that was a great play on Hero's character because easily Hero's character could have been also similar to like an exact sort of mirror image of what's the name of Michael Shannon's character? White Death.
White Death.
Could have been just like both the same, but he ends up being a lot more looser and chiller. Right. And develop. And like he's like, I'm going to tell you the story anyways. Like he doesn't really play the wise old dude. Right. He's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I love that. I just thought that was a great turn for his story. Because in the beginning of the movie, he's made to believe like, oh, you're my son. You should have been the dad. You should have protected your son at all times. Like, oh, this is like your classic Asian father who's just like, you get a A- and he's beating your ass with a stick. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I thought his father was like.
Where it comes from. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's like the thing that I think I liked a little bit. Obviously, the action and the comedy, all that stuff. I think third most is the development. The main characters each get a slice of development. Even Aaron Taylor Johnson, who's this like big brooding, big guy, and even he gets like a dose of reality and because he thinks his brother dies, and and then
that part was heartbreaking.
Yeah,
and then they cut to the scene. Yeah.
Them as kids, and
as kids,
kind of gets this.
That worked.
Their good little development that
that
we don't get in a lot of stuff anymore.
Not especially in movies like this.
Right. This is a 2-hour movie. It's not like it's a 4-hour, 3-hour movie. Like
no,
with a lot of characters. There's not just one main character, and you get to see each character kind of have their development, which I think pays off in the front half of the movie. Right. With the conversations that you don't like so much, but see, here's my point about where I feel like if David just wasn't so stuck on in the first half of the movie, because basically what he had, this is how I see it. Mm-hmm. The reason he had to play Quentin Tarantino and Guy Ritchie in the first half of the movie and not really do his work is because there was so much exposition, right. And he needed a fun way to do it. And to me, he went, let me mimic Quentin Tarantino and Guy Ritchie. It kind of fits with the movie that I'm trying to go for. So that's what I'm going to do in the first half of the movie. Because in the second half of the movie, he does it better as himself, in my opinion. That character development for me in the second half of the film was way more interesting, or at least better integrated to the story. See, he does it right in those moments, to me, at least more interestingly. Right. Yeah. Whereas in the first half of the film, I felt like it was more like a showy thing and less about development. But again, when you put them together, when you realize where this all goes, I feel like I could forgive it now. So I think I'm going to watch it again. I think that's where I'm at. I don't disagree. We do kind of meander in the first half a little bit, but for me, the second half was so good. I do forgive it. And
I
it's
agree.
not something I even want to like stick on anymore because I was like, well, they kind of all did pay off in a nice way.
I agree. I agree.
Even Brad Pitt, who has bad luck, pays off. Like, oh, I'm just filling in. Carver's a dick.
Yeah, Carver.
Yeah, like even that
shit is so funny.
Pays off because it's really funny. It's
so funny.
Yeah. David Leitch. I didn't expect it to be this good, especially because Hobbs and Shaw, is Hobbs and Shaw.
You loved Hobbs and Shaw.
I did like Hobbs and Shaw. This is much better of a film.
Oh yeah, 100%. I did not like Hobbs and Shaw, but
in terms of development and character stuff, this is Hobbs and Shaw is one note.
Yeah.
Insult each other, blow shit up.
I will say, like, this is definitely my favorite David Leitch film by far. And
are you counting the first John Wick?
Well, it was like that was like a co-direction. Yeah, I mean, I
directed it.
Okay, yeah, okay, fine. But like as a solo artist, right? Like just his vision. Yeah. His films aren't bad. I think they're fine. Like Atomic Blonde ended up being like, okay, yeah, that's pretty good. Like, but nothing I love. But the second half of this film, and again, when I watch it again, maybe I'll have a change of heart for the first half of the film. But the second half of this film was like, I want more David Leitch.
Yeah,
this guy knows what he's doing. And I just, the only thing I can hope for in his next film is that he just do you, man. Do you, because you do it well when you're in your zone, and just keep going.
So you want to hear something really, really funny? I watched this with a sizable crowd.
Okay.
And when when Brad Pitt tells the Karen to eat a bag of dicks, which is what everybody wants to tell a Karen anywhere, just to go, eat a bag of dicks, lady. That theater got a bigger applause and laughter than any joke in Thor: Love and Thunder, and it got a bigger applause and laughter than Captain Marvel and Doctor Strange.
God damn it! See, I saw it at a screener, so like it wasn't filled. It was just a bunch of press, so I didn't get that reaction. That's awesome.
It got a bigger reaction than that.
I might want to,
dude. It was so cool to watch that because I was just like, well, people don't give a shit about Captain Marvel. Ed clearly doesn't give a shit about Captain Marvel.
No, I'm out again.
Again.
Well, I definitely don't give a shit about Captain Marvel. That's for goddamn sure. Hold on, but
can you believe that though?
That's awesome. No, I can't believe that, and I'm glad it did. And that you saying that makes me now want to watch it, like actually go pay money to see it in the theater again, because I think I might even enjoy it more just to see like what other people were thinking, just the general audience. Because I saw it with some press, and like they're not the same type of audience always. Right. So
lady.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that's the girl who was like that was in the shush, the shush,
quiet car. Yeah,
the quiet car. Yeah. The only thing I want to say left is that again, the more I think about it, it's like I just really had a big problem with the first half. Everything else though really came together. I love all the performances. And the only thing I wanted to say was like, I think what could have really helped the first half of the movie was, okay, if you want to have your Quentin Tarantino stuff, you want to have all that character development and have fun, I think what would have really helped is if they during the stops, like that they actually went off the train, like just change the scenery a bit, because again, for like 50 minutes, it just starts to wane on you that, they're only shooting on maybe 3 car trains, like really. And and like, I'm sitting there going like, okay, like this is all starting to look really the same. And it starts to really bog down. Okay. I think script wise, it would have been really cool if they actually just changed the scenery and had them interact in different places more than just on the same train. I think that would have been more interesting in my opinion. But obviously,
changing scenery
would have made a very more interesting sort of.
Isn't that how bullet trains and transportation?
It is. That's what I'm saying. It's not like
a minute and that's it.
I know you can like write it in or something though. Like the train has like some gas issues and like they have to stop for 10 minutes. I don't know. You could write it in is all I'm saying.
I don't disagree. Yeah. Some change of scenery to kind of vary it in the first half, I think would help quite a bit. But
that's all I was saying.
Official slices. What are you going out of 5?
Damn, man, I really like the end of it so much. I might give it like a
I'm going.
Go ahead. You going 4?
4 out of 5.
Yeah, I was gonna say 3.5 to 4.
Ooh,
I'm gonna give it 3.5 though, because as of right now, like I just really, I still didn't love the first half, but goddamn, that second half really kicked in, like super kicked in.
It's a lot of fun, and then the ending of the movie is hilarious.
The ending's great.
The bad luck hits her car, but then it goes to the credits, and you see who's in the fucking tangerine truck. Oh, it's just poetic. It's just poetic irony to its best. You love it.
Yeah, it's stuff like that where I'm like, okay, I love it.
Yeah,
good stuff.
One hell of a time. I'm really glad that Sony did a fantastic job with this film. Really great way to bookend
a summer. You know, it's hot as shit.
Well, I was gonna say otherwise disappointing summer movie season.
Yeah. And you see, man, dude, I was ready to write. Another disappointment. Like halfway through, I was like, fuck, and then it gets better. Yeah. So I mean, immensely better. I can't think of another movie ever in my life where halfway through the film, I was like, I love this. The first half, I was like, it's okay. I could do without it. I could do without it. Then I went, holy shit, I need a sequel.
Yeah.
Like I turned so hard. So
yeah,
then that's all we can ask for.
Carver,
I want
again,
a sequel.
I don't know.
Yeah, I want a sequel, Carver. Let's see. I'm sure that's where it'll go.
Yeah, I'm sure it's gonna be okay enough to get a sequel, but maybe
that's kind of as kind of like, oh, of course. Like I went, oh, of course, it's Ryan Reynolds. Like I had that reaction to it. I'm like, at the same time, it's not like I'm not gonna say no to Ryan Reynolds in a Bullet Train 2,
right,
or whatever.
Yeah. So well, that's Bullet Train.
That's
3.5 4 slices for us. And now we're gonna move on to the other movie that came out this weekend on August 5th. Prey. Prey is the new Predator movie. It is a prequel to the very, very first Predator. That's what, prequel means, Alex. I guess I didn't really need to explain that.
I don't know why that made me laugh so hard. It's pretty funny.
But
yes, good job.
Prey. Anyway, it is come out and it has gotten a lot of very, very positive talk. I'm talking hype through the roof. Currently, it's got 172 reviews on Rotten Tomatoes, the curation site, and it is at 93% certified fresh. A lot of people say it's the best movie since the first, that it's the better than the first. And I will go with, I think I got caught in the hype because I was incredibly underwhelmed. I'm not going to go to the lengths and say the movie was bad. The movie was not bad at all. But I think I'm having a Black Panther situation here because I saw Black Panther after the hype. I was on vacation and I wasn't able to see it till a week after. And I thought it was going to be the greatest Marvel movie I've ever seen in my life. And I got caught up in the hype and I was like, wow, that CGI was terrible. But this one, this one was okay. 93%. I don't know about that. Okay. Wait. There were some cool moments in this film that I thought were really, really fun and cool. For those that don't know, this is set in 1716, I believe.
1719. 1719.
Very close. Damn.
Yeah.
1719. And it's a Comanche tribe. And it's about basically this girl and her dog take on the predator. That's kind of essentially what it is. This girl wants to be a hunter. Let's be honest, women weren't allowed to hunt back then. I don't know if that's true or not. I feel like maybe it might be true. Maybe it might be true. I mean, I feel like we're making up history. I don't really know if that's true or not. Ed's dying of laughter. I don't know what his actual history was not. I feel like maybe Native American tribes actually did let women hunt. I don't fucking know. Anyway, there's just the reason it was just okay. Like there was some really cool moments, like when the predator's hunting there's this vignette in the movie, right? Where prey is hunting prey. So like you see like a bunny hunting something, and then you see there's a wolf hunting it, and then you see the predators hunting it. So it was like this chain, like, oh, here's the top of the chain. It was okay. It's not amazing. Honestly, I think Predators with Adrian Brody was probably a better film. Also probably Predator 2 with Glover, a better film. But there were some cool moments. When the Predator takes down all these like French conquerors, I think.
They're colonizers. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, by the way, the movie does a really, really hard job to make sure you dislike these people. They make them look like fucking cavemen. They make them which I'm sure they were, but you don't have to go that hard to make us
just despicable.
Them. Yeah, like we're gonna dislike them as is. You don't have to work that hard. But like that scene where he takes them all out. But other than that, I just thought like the lead, there wasn't much development within her. Like we just talked about Bullet Train and we said, hey, every character kind of gets their own story and you see them go through the ringer. Spoiler alert, there's a moment where her brother dies and you don't really feel like she even cares. There's not emotion shown. Yeah, I don't know. I was very underwhelmed by the film, especially after the incredible response it's gotten. Again, I'm not saying the movie's bad. I just felt like the characters just all felt kind of meh. It was incredibly meh. That's how I'll put it. Incredibly meh. What do you think? Uh-oh.
Alex, I'm going to have to side with the critics on this one. In the sense that it's definitely the best Predator movie since the original.
Ooh.
But it doesn't make it a good film.
Oh, okay. There it is.
I'm with you on this. I don't get it. Right. I don't understand the hype behind this movie.
Hold on. We need to go in order here. I'm so sorry. You think this movie's better than Predators with Adrian Brody? I don't know. Maybe it's not better than.
First of all, I want to preface this. I don't care that much about the Predator franchise in general. I've seen all of them.
Same.
There are parts of this movie that I would say, yes, are actually better than the Predators movie. What was Predators maybe better on a maybe an entertaining level overall? Yeah, maybe. I'm not gonna make my brain cells wondering if one of those okay movies is better than each other. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say.
That's 100%. That's all I'm gonna say. Go into your review. I'm sorry. Yeah. Go into your review.
No, you're fine. I agree with you. I might even hate this movie more than I don't hate it. It's not that good. It's not that good. I didn't care for it at the end of the day. It's nowhere near a 93%. What the fuck? This is totally a Black Panther thing where I'm like, whoa, really? Okay, this is 93% better, like better than all the sequels, like to that level, and like rises just above, like or right below Predators. Okay, we'll see.
Yeah.
No. I will say the first. I didn't realize this, but the first half of this movie is boring as shit.
Yeah, honestly, it's
boring.
Slow. Yes,
boring. Sorry, just is. In fact, I was talking to my friend last night. I was like, bro, I ate dinner before this movie. Halfway through the movie, I was so bored. I went and ate another dinner, like in between, because I was just so fucking bored. I was falling asleep straight up. I was like, I need to eat. I need something in my mouth. I need something in my mouth to keep me awake. Because the first half of this movie. Oh, by the way, first of all, I want to give. I think we need to congratulate Dave.
In your mouth.
Sorry, I did though. But honestly, that the innuendo might be more interesting than what happened in the first half of this movie. That's all I'm going to say. But before we get any further, I think we need to congratulate Dan Trachtenberg.
Yeah,
can't we? We could congratulate him for having his first feminist movie, his first woke. Yeah, because now they're not going to go after him. Isn't that great? That we have all these directors like making sure they just got something in their repertoire that says like I'm totally for women, and I believe that there's something more underneath them than meets the eye, because that's what this fucking is. I'm sorry, it just is. I don't mean to make this political, but get the fuck out of here. It's 2022, and you gotta like keep telling me. You got to give us again with the French colonizers. They're so bad, like they're all men, and they're so horrible and terrible. Even her own tribe, like fucking like just dousing her. Like I don't believe they had those conversations in 1700. Are you fucking kidding me?
They're too worried about actually surviving.
Yes. They don't have those. I mean, I wasn't there, but something tells me they did not have that fucking conversation. I'm sorry. So that's the part that bothered me too. Yeah, I was like, really? Yeah, this is it. This is one of those feminist movies. It's just like, oh, I'm not a threat, so I gotta like believe. And then she makes this stupid fucking like yo-yo tomahawk. Even anybody with a brain knows that's not how that fucking works. Like, you can't just pull it back and then you grab it by the fucking handle each. I mean,
oh, yeah, it's pretty obviously CGI when she does that. I mean, I thought the best like action scene in the movie was when her brother saves the dog. He's on the horse.
Yeah,
and the predator's shooting him, and like they kind of work together. She like doesn't know how to shoot the gun, which is unfortunate. Which that makes sense. She wouldn't know how to shoot a gun.
It's hard to reload guns in 1700. I'll say that.
I'm sure it is, or it was. Anyway, the brother's on the horse and the predator's like throwing shit at him and he's missing him, and then he like jumps in. That's a pretty good fight, and he like gives the predator a good run for his money. And I'm just like, but why couldn't we have a little more of that? Why couldn't it be like a little brother sister?
I agree.
Taking on this predator thing, and then the brother
together.
Together.
Cool.
Like, hey, like I'm almost fine. I think this movie works a lot better if it's the sister saying, hey. Like, she's like, obviously she's great at tracking, right? It's the sister saying, hey, someone's out there killing him. And then you have them run into these colonizers and they're like, oh, fuck. Wait a minute. And the brother's like, is it them? He's like, she's not. And she'll say it's not them. And, they'll have a fight about it. And then they run upon the predator and they realize, oh, shit, it's this thing. I think that movie works a little bit better.
That's a great point. It would have been cool to maybe have them take on the Frenchman first, and then they have to like fight each other at the end or something like that.
Right. And then like, I feel like, I don't know, the critics say that this movie it doesn't skip on character development, but like,
it does.
I don't really get any character development.
She doesn't develop.
She's one note. I want to be a hunter. I'm going to be a hunter.
She was good at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, she was always good.
All she had to do was prove it.
Yeah, and like
that's the entire movie.
And I think like I like how she takes those she eats those flowers and they drop her blood temperature. Like that's really cool. Like she knows how to do that. There's like cool moments in this movie that I think that they could have built upon, but they never do. It's just like
it's so hopped up on the message.
Right. I'm going to do this because I want to be this.
On the message.
And they're like, wait, you have to tell me why I should care about this character. I don't give a shit because she has a cute dog. Like, yeah, cool. The dog is cute, but like.
No, she's one note. Like you get it. You get it from the beginning. Like your goal is to prove you can hunt. Right. That's all. That's it. That's all we have to go. That's all we have to go for. That's it. Like, and that's fine. That's a good motivation. But in terms of development and terms of a character that's interesting, I mean, for the rest of the movie, that's it. And here, I timed it, bro. 50 minutes in, the whole movie from minute 1 to 50 is like just scenes of her doing cool stuff and like again, just giving imagery to young women who need that. That's all that the movie is for the first 50 minutes. Nothing happens. Like nothing happens. It's all it is in my opinion. But that's literally all that happens. Like tell me something in those first 50 minutes that's even particularly intriguing to her character, and I'll give it to you. But nothing happens.
There's not anything particularly interesting. And again, like I don't. What's a good way to say it?
Oh, but think of it. I will say, I'll give an olive branch for my side. I thought the action scenes were pretty cool. Yeah. I really liked the that no man's land area with the ash. Seeing what the predator could do, fucking awesome. And the predator, by the way, the predator practical effects are sick. Yeah, like whoever designed that shit, so cool.
So here's some of the good things about the movie. The technology the predator has, you can tell it's hundreds of years earlier. Super smart to do that. Incredibly smart to do that. The predator himself, whoever plays him, I saw the name at the end credits. I don't remember.
Yeah, who is it? I'll look it up.
He does
Dan DeLigero.
He does a great job. He's menacing. I thought the Predator is a little remodeled in this film. I don't know. I feel like that's gonna bother hardcore fans. You and I don't give a shit about that. He looks cool.
It's a prequel.
That helmet that he wears is.
I thought it was dope. Cool. Yeah, that helmet is sick. Yeah,
the first time you see him,
that's dope. Yeah.
I think that again, like you said, the action scenes were cool.
Yeah, those were cool.
You know, it had its moments that were like, wow, that's a really cool idea. Apparently there's two versions of this movie. There's the English version that we got, and then they shot everything the same, but they speak Comanche the whole time.
Fuck you. Are you serious?
Yeah, and they said they didn't want to release that version because you would have to subtitle it. Which I feel like the Comanche version probably could have been a little bit better and maybe had more development and everything. Like, these are the people in this film, they are Comanche, or maybe they're not Comanche. They're all indigenous people, Native Americans. So good.
You're telling me they shot this movie
twice?
They did every take twice?
Twice.
That's crazy.
Twice, yeah.
The
Comanche version and the English version.
Honestly, to be honest, again, I don't live in the 1700s, but I thought I would have been like, why the fuck are they talking? Why are they speaking English? Like they would have been speaking in their language.
I thought the same thing.
And it sounds, I mean, again, I don't know if they are supposed in their English accents where they sounded like today. And I'm like, is that like how they spoke before? Like 300 years ago? Like they had our sort of inflections? I don't know. Like, although I think back to like, when did what's that movie with Jackie Chan and Owen Wilson?
Shanghai Nights.
Shanghai Noon. Is that around the same time? Because if that's true, then I guess I could forgive them. But I was kind of bothered. But I'm like you're in their tribe. You're in I'm like, why do I feel like I'm watching? It's today. It's a little weird. There's a little bit of a disconnect to me, but I don't know.
There was a Beowulf Antonio Banderas movie where the first part of the movie he doesn't understand what they're saying, so they're all speaking this different language. And then he learns the language and it switches to English because now it's like English to him.
Okay.
So does that make sense to you?
No, I get that. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean,
that would have made more sense here. Like, we learned we learned the foreigners English for some strange reason, so now we're going to speak it.
I was just
have that moment here.
Yeah, I was really bothered by the fact that they spoke English to each other because I just didn't think that. I just don't feel like they would do that as a tribe. Like they would be speaking their, but again, I don't know. It is the history. Like they started learning English.
I don't know.
During this time,
know English. I would have 100%.
I want that version. And the fact that they shot that version, went through so much trouble to do it, lets me know that they probably didn't speak English like the way they did here. And see, this is the kind of shit that I can't get behind today's politics. I'm like, you guys are so fucking like one step forward, two steps back with this shit. So you're gonna make a feminist movie, but you can't deal with the fact that most people just won't be able to read Comanche. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you people?
Yeah,
pick a side, goddammit. Seriously, have some balls.
It's a great way to put it. One step forward, two steps back. Like, okay, so we're gonna put a woman in charge, but we're gonna not have
them speak. Yeah, exactly.
Because we don't. Yeah,
you went through the trouble. Yeah, you spent dollars on that, and then you just went with the English version anyway. I'm not understanding that. That stuff just doesn't make sense to me.
So something I didn't like about the movie that really kind of it feels about 20 minutes too long because again, it's
50 minutes too long to my person.
The actors, there's no emotion, even when she like screams, right? Even when she's like screaming at the predator, you don't feel it. It doesn't feel like a primal scream. Swallow your water.
Thank you.
It doesn't feel like it doesn't feel like it's a primal scream. It doesn't feel like, let's fucking go.
I wouldn't say the acting in the movie was particularly great.
Yeah.
But I gave it a pass eventually though. I was like, it's fine.
When you see Brian Tyree Henry, when he finds out his brother is dead and he's sitting there next to him and he lets out a scream, that feels more impactful than any of the screams these Comanche let out. And again, I do think that is because they switched them to English, and
maybe
they lost the emotion. But again, the movie feels emotionless to me. I don't I've seen critics say this is the best action movie of the summer. The year we got the greatest action movie of all time. This is the best action movie of the summer. Are you fucking insane?
I mean, The Gray Man's better than this.
Bullet Train's better than this.
Bullet Train's better than this.
Like, get the fuck out of here. There's like 30 minutes of action.
You know, again, man, like I don't know what else to tell you. Like they make it very difficult for me not to speak about this in terms of its political view.
It's
because it
hard.
just is.
Yes.
It's very hard because you're right. But look, well, it's because the movie spends so much goddamn time on its message. I'm telling you, those first 15 minutes, I'm telling you, man, that was 50 minutes of just just completely unnecessary.
Yeah,
like
look.
it was so heavy-handed. It's like, you know, like women can do this. Did you know that? Do you know that like women could be like
that,
do this shit? Did you know that men are horrible back then in the 1700s? Did you know that?
Too.
Well, let's show it to you for 50 minutes. Let's show it to you. Like we're not fucking idiots.
Yeah, the thing that gets me about so the main character, her name is Amber in real life. Amber Midthunder.
Oh, what an epic last name.
Yeah, she's indigenous. So
she's indigenous. Yeah, Midthunder. That's awesome.
Names, yeah. Midthunder is the real star here. And if you don't like that, get out of her way.
Okay, fine.
That doesn't actually explain. That doesn't. You're not criticizing the movie, dude.
Yeah, you're literally just talking about her. Like,
yeah,
okay,
great. I'm happy. Again, I think this movie is way more successful if you give her and her brother, who I think is the underrated star of this movie, because he's the only one that brings any semblance of emotion.
Yeah, any kind of depth. Well, because he cares about her.
Right. Exactly.
She doesn't care about anything besides killing this thing and proving herself.
If you had like if you had this like duo and they took the journey together because he cared about her and he said, okay, I believe you. Let's go find what's doing this. Then you have much more impact. You'll have conversations with her to understand why she doesn't want to follow into this role and why she wants to be a hunter.
Right.
And why she's so good at everything. But you don't really do any of that. And it's just like, so again, I got full fucking bamboozled by this movie thanks to the stupid score. And I knew, I was optimistic, and then I was like, I don't know, I got about 40 minutes in and I was like, am I going to see any more of the Predator besides when he kills a wolf? Like,
yeah, and he's hidden for those 15 minutes too.
Oh yeah, dude.
He's just yeah.
So yeah, it definitely feels it could have been, it's like an hour 50 minutes, I think, right? I think I think it could have been hour 30, hour 25. You cut out that fat. The one thing that works so well about the original Predator is it is a tight knit, quick movie. It goes. It doesn't let you breathe. As soon as he hits you, it's on. You're fucking in. Everybody's dying. Arnie versus the Predator.
You're 100% right. That's one of the best characteristics of that first movie. It it knew what it was.
Yes.
Right. It knew exactly what it was trying to be, and it's tight.
Yeah.
Yeah. So every scene, one to the next, is like building. So that final moment where all you care about to see is Predator versus Arnold Schwarzenegger.
That's it.
And it gets there efficiently, and it does some pretty cool scenes in between. Just full testosterone. Like fucking That's all you want.
It's flabby. That's the word. It's too
flabby.
It needs to be trimmed. It needs the fat trimmed.
It needs fat trimmed. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Again, I told you like or just completely reworked. But obviously it's already out, so it can't do that. But
I mean, it doesn't need to be reworked. I mean,
it can't be reworked.
Sequel.
But I guess so. Whatever.
I'm like, look, it's a great idea, and I just think that there was
it is a good idea.
Even with what we got, there was no depth at all. No depth to the characters. Again, I guess the Predator doesn't really need any depth, so whatever. But
it's a great showcase for that, isn't it? Isn't it a great showcase for movies where it actually makes it you can see them trying to make a movie with depth? Like again, those first 50 minutes, barely any action. Yes. Barely any action. Yes. So you can't argue like it's action packed. No, it wasn't. It actually tried for a good part of its movie to make something with depth, and it just failed because it's not enough. that stuff's not enough to give
Yeah.
depth, because there's not as much meat on that bone than most people today actually think there is.
Exactly. And I will say the end fight sequence between her and the Predator is well done. It's not like she's not like out, muscling the Predator or anything like that. She's she's outsmarting it and working, using her surroundings to do so. That is well done. And again, I think everything that's good about the film would just get excelled upon even more if they actually use the first 50 minutes of the film to do something.
Yeah, it's just some better foundation.
Yeah,
I agree.
Here's this great woman. She's great because we say she's great and you're going to love her. But that's not enough for me.
No. You could establish that in 5 minutes.
Yes.
5 minutes, that's all you need.
Yeah. Give me conversation. Let me know who she is.
Yeah.
Just let me know. I don't know, man.
It's just scene after scene of here's what she can do. And this is what she can do.
Let's do this. Let's do it here.
She just like meanders doing shit. I'm like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Can we get to something of actual value, please?
Give me the first 40 minutes of cheap Tarantino.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I agree.
Copycat versus this any day.
Oh, 100%. 100%. I definitely think the first half of Bullet Train is better and more entertaining than this half of this movie.
I wish we had more to say about it, but I don't think we do. So I'm gonna go ahead and say let's give our slices for it, and let me know what you got.
Like a 2.
I'll go 2. I thought the action was well done. Again, there's never a moment where they're outpowering the Predator, which is nice. It just, to me, it just fell flat on the development. There was no development. Go ahead.
No, I just think I think my favorite shot too was with the brother and him going against the Predator, because one of the most interesting things about it again is like the fact that you have a advanced alien race and one of the most primitive forms of a human thing, and he's like, and he's fucking like getting him, I'm like, that's dope, like that's really cool. That dichotomy is sick.
He's moving really cool. And again, like that is where the movie failed, because I was like, that was sick.
What a great premise.
Fucking really, really, really. I mean, you could have the Predator come take out their entire tribe, them try to take it on man to man. The Predator decides walk away. He's not worthy of your time, because that's what the Predator does. And these guys they flip the script. They turn the Predator into their prey. Which, I mean, she kind of does when she, traps that guy.
Yeah.
But like it could have been that. And like,
it could have been that.
You see this like cool little revenge story from a brother and a sister. And even if the brother dies, it's still more effective than the Predator. So anyway, I go 2 slices out of 5. Ed's ready to end the podcast, as you can see.
I'm done talking about Prey.
Yeah, we're done talking
because
about Prey.
I feel like we're not going to be able to talk about this for a while without angering many people. So
I agree. Yeah, it's just
I'm done
not
with
great, that. I think so. Anyway, that's it for this week. Thank you for watching, listening, subscribing. We'll be back.
Great talk, my friend.
Yes, absolutely great. Wonderful talk. We'll be back next week. Bye.
Bye.